welcome back to another set of pop stories by Fred Dietz. These are still some of my special edition ones, as these are stories that I wrote. We're going to start another set of Uncle Ronnie's stories. This series is Uncle Ronnie's Stories, the Zombie Chronicles. The first one, we call this A New Start. Like I said, began Uncle Ronnie. Just as Aunt Priscilla and I was set to move to a house in Bigfoot and Sasquatch Union, I had a call from the president of ZTV. He wanted me to do a show on their network. He said I would be a bigger star there than I was on BFTV or STV. I told him great. What do we have to do to get the ball rolling? He told me to meet him late at night. Uncle Ronnie paused right there. I know everyone has one thought about this. Where? He shook his head. Just like before, you all know I can't tell you, and we need to leave it at that. Everyone nodded their heads. So, I am at the appointed spot when this big black limo pulls up. Out steps this guy, my height, looking every bit the typical zombie we have all seen in movies, on TV, or on Halloween. Here, everyone around the campfire started nodding their heads. He started towards me, like the stereotype. He even moaned. Here Uncle Ronnie stood and started to do his zombie imitation. He walked around part of the campfire, then he stopped. All of a sudden, he stopped and started to laugh. He was all doubled over. I was staring at him. When he straightened out, he went, "Gotcha." Sorry, I couldn't resist. He wiped his eyes. You should have seen your face. He went to shake hands. His hand fell off. He started to laugh again. "Okay, I'm done," he said, laughing again. "My name is Alfred Behrens." He emphasized the Z. "I am president and CEO of ZTV. I apologize for my little pranks. So many people have a standard view of zombies. That's what I wanted to change. With your help, we can do that." He paused for a moment as he put his hand back in place. "Shall we go?" he asked as he headed back to his limo. Once inside, he looked at his watch. We need to hurry. With that, the car started towards their destination. Uncle Ronnie held up his hand like a stop sign. He reminded me that everything was to be hush, hush. The car entered a cemetery. As we drove, I could hear him go, "Saw him, know him, need to talk to her tomorrow," and so on as we passed different tombstones. Finally, the car came to a stop. The driver opened the door. Alfred goes, "We are here." I got out of the car. We started walking towards, well, I can't say where, as I am reminded again that everything was hush hush. Here Uncle Ronnie leaned forward to draw everyone in closer to the campfire. I can tell you what he told me. He said every graveyard has a secret entrance if you know where to look. He gave me a wink. Uncle Ronnie leaned back. The sound of a creaking door could be heard. Soon we were through the door and going down the stairs. At this point, lights started to come on so I could see a little better. I am certain it was for me, for he had no problem seeing in the dark. We must have went down 100 steps when we reached the platform. It was a bank of elevators. Once the doors opened, I could see there were several other zombies there. Heck, there was even a camera crew. Uncle Ronnie began. One of his nieces, "Aunt Priscilla wants you to get down the punch bowl." With that, she was gone. Uncle Ronnie stood up. "I'll be back in a bit," he said as he walked away. Several of the youngsters did their zombie impersonation. The adults looked at each other. One could be heard saying, "We need to track his car."